top 10 from the college panel night, summer jobs and what students are doing. All this and
me.
Good morning, Staples.
Good morning, Staples. It's great to be back at SHS. I am your guest host, Charlie Greenwald.
And I'm your usual host, Chris McKinney.
The Period 2 TV production class has put together a great show for you today.
But before we begin, let us think back to the recent Memorial Day and stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Up first, we have a piece from Max and Ross about what some students are doing for work this summer.
That's right, Chris. I have an internship with MLB.com, but some students are working. Here is Max and Ross with a report on Staples summer jobs.
Alright, Staples, this week Ross and I asked some Staples students what their summer jobs were.
I'm Ben Friedman, and I'm going to be umpiring baseball games for Little League. I'm a baseball player, and it pays pretty well, and it gets me outside, so it's all good.
I'm Sam Leonarducci, and I'm going down to New Jersey this summer, and I'll probably get a job working there at a hotel or one of the local businesses. Yeah, I'm from the Jersey Shore, so going back down there again. A lot of my friends' parents, they own some of the local businesses, and I think it'll just be nice going down there. And maybe I can just, they can hire me for the summer. I think it'll be fun.
My name's Griffin Thrush, and I'll be caddying. It'll be my third year. I caddy at Country Club of Fairfield as well as Patterson Golf Club. I enjoy it. It's a good way to meet people, some good money, and I'm looking forward to it.
Hi, my name is Arun Soni, and I tutor math. I usually teach young kids in Westport Library, and I love teaching. So if you want to contact me.
My name is Chris McKinney. I'm a junior here at Staples. For this summer, I've got a job working on an HBO film set, actually, for a show called Less Than Kind. We're going to be filming throughout July, maybe into August for a bit. And I got the job because my dad is actually the producer of the show, so I'm going to be working for them. No specific job, really. You're just sort of a PA. You run around, do whatever they do. It's long hours, like 16-hour days, sometimes into night. Sometimes you work from like 2 p.m. to 5 a.m. You just change times. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You work with a lot of interesting people, and I'm really excited. It pays.
As you can see, we have a lot of interesting jobs, and I think it's going to be very cool to hear about them when we come back to school next year. And now back to the hosts.
Thanks, Ross and Max. It sounds like some of our students have some really interesting and exciting jobs to look forward to this summer.
Chris and I recently got together in this very room
right
to talk
here.
about my first year in college. Chris thought that it would be interesting enough that he turned on the video camera and recorded it.
That's right, Charlie. You've been up to some very interesting things this year, and I thought some of our students might find it very enjoyable to hear about what you've been up to. Here's some highlights of our interview. Hi, Staples. I'm Chris McKinney. I'm here today with Charlie Greenwald. He's a Staples alumni, graduated last year. He's now at Emerson College in Boston, and we're here to ask him a few questions. So, Charlie, when you were here at Staples, you were known as Mr. Good Morning Staples. You were, one of the driving forces behind the show. You really put it on the map for the students. So, why don't you tell us what it was like after leaving Staples? How's, college life going for you?
Well, college life is going great. I'm studying broadcast journalism at Emerson. I go to school in Boston at Emerson College. And it's a very media-oriented school, arts-oriented school. A lot of the students there want to go into the entertainment industry, want to go into marketing, want to go into communications disorders. So it deals with a lot of communicative arts. But everything that I did at Staples, Good Morning Staples, I'm continuing and doing it at Emerson because I do want to go into the television industry and continue to work in television broadcasting. Recently, along with the EIV News show that I did, I also hosted a show that Emerson produced called Real Reactions. And basically what I did was I went to the movies and I would interview people about whatever movies they saw that came out that weekend.
What did you think of the movie?
I loved it.
I think it's the best Bond film ever, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
And then, like 2 days after that, they said, Charlie, do you want to do an interview with Dennis Quaid?
Right, you got Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, he's
That's pretty
coming
good.
to promote At Any Price. And I
You
was
also
like-
got the director.
And we got the director of the
Yeah.
movie as well. And hopefully they're showing some B-roll of me interviewing Dennis Quaid, because that's pretty cool. I was literally sitting 2 feet away from him in a room, and I just talked to him about the movie. And I was so nervous, but I did my homework, and I researched everything there was to know about
Right.
Dennis Quaid and Ramin Barani, who's the director of the movie, At Any Price.
So do you think there's any advice that you give to students who are looking to maybe take the TV production class? Anyone who's interested in that field? What would you say to them?
Yeah, specifically with the TV production class here at Staples. Mr. Honeycutt and Mr. Zito are two of the nicest teachers at Staples, and that's not an exaggeration.
Two great guys, that's for sure.
It's just technology is so important nowadays, and we're moving in a direction incredibly quickly at such an accelerated pace towards even more advanced technology. And if you get on board and you take these TV classes, you're going to have a lot of fun, you're going to be creative, you're going to make movies, you're going to write songs, but you're also going to learn about one of the most important things of our generation, which is technology.
So when you were here at Staples, you pretty much ran, the morning show. Everyone, you were the face behind the morning show. Where do you see, the show nowadays with new students coming in, taking the TV production class? What do you see for the future of, Good Morning Staples?
Honeycutt and Zito were a little bit more liberal when it came to what they would allow on the airwaves, and now they're a little more restrained. So teachers have, come out and said that they want the morning show to be a little bit more professionally focused and not be as ridiculous, and that totally is understandable. Always try and make the more creative video. Don't just go and do an interview with Laddie Lawrence about the track team. Nothing against Laddie, I love Laddie, but you always look for the more creative video and try and do stuff outside of Staples. Try and take a camera home.
All right, well, there you have it, Staples. I'm Chris McKinney here with Charlie Greenwald. Charlie, would you like to say any final goodbyes to the school?
All right, everybody, I'll see you all at graduation, and thanks for paying attention to the video.
Thank you so much. We'll throw it back to the host.
Hey, it came out pretty good, Chris.
Thank you, Charlie.
Nice job with the editing.
Thank you.
Hey, I understand that a Staples Players production is opening for the first time tonight.
That's true. Players is running You Can't Take It With You in the Black Box Theater for the next 4 days. And yes, the show does open tonight. We have a short piece to tell students a bit about it. Here it is.
Hi guys, my name is Will Smith, and I'm here to encourage you all to come see You Can't Take It With You in the Black Box on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can get tickets at staples.players.com online. The show's selling fast, so get your tickets now. It's a hilarious comedy. There's a lot of funny stuff in it. The set looks incredible. The costumes are explosive. And it's just an overall excellent show. It's got a great, deeper meaning, and it's just great, and I hope to see you guys there. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mr. Roth, and I'm standing here amongst our set, which we are currently building for our production this weekend of You Can't Take It With You, which is a really great comedy. And I was asked to speak a little bit about how our staging is different. And first of all, it's in the black box, which means it's a much smaller audience, much more intimate to the actors. And also we have the audience on 3 sides, so the actors have to constantly be moving and making sure that they're not putting their back to any part of the audience for a given amount of time. It actually makes for a really fun way to stage a play, and it's been a really cool experience, and I hope everybody gets to come out this weekend to see You Can't Take It With You. Thanks a lot.
Well, it looks like another Staples Players triumph is on the way.
That's
It
true.
should be a big success.
I think you're right, Charlie. Up next, we have another really great video for you. Remy took some footage of the recent college panel night and made it into a David Letterman Top 10 video. And I understand that she even got Miss Capozzi and her crazy hats involved. Let's check it out.
Hey kids, we're cooking here in Guidance. Listen, last Thursday night during college panel night, we had a wonderful evening. And here today are the top 10 items that Mr. Honeycutt's class thought you should all know again. Is there an advantage to apply to a college early decision?
It depends. And what does it depend upon? The institution. So first thing you have to do is go to their website to see what the language is on early. And then if you're still not sure, find out who the area rep is for your school and ask them, what is your policy on early programs?
What do college and universities look at on a transcript?
We look at the transcript, we're going to sort of break it into two parts. And when you are breaking it in two parts, the two things that we're looking at, first being the curriculum choices that you've made in the context of Staples High School. Then after we're looking at the curriculum choices that you've made, we're looking at the grades that you've earned.
Do extracurricular activities like clubs get you into college?
What we look for is not only students that were a member in a club, but if you really want to have good status standing with a college, try to hold an office in that club or activity, because that tells us that you've taken on more responsibility.
The term right fit, what does it mean and why is that important?
There are over 4,000 colleges and universities across the globe, and there are no bad colleges. There are just bad fits. It's really about finding that place where you're going to feel successful, emotionally, academically, socially, the place that you do want to call home for the next 4 years.
What does each college want in a prospective student?
Colleges want smart, achieving students. Are you out there? Please say yes. The mothers are saying yes, and also.
Why is it so important to check over your application before submitting?
We finally described what the learning disability was. It was attention defecate disorder. Which, you know, that might be a thing, I don't know, but that clearly wasn't what he was talking about, okay?
Do letters from non-academic people help the application?
It's quality over quantity. I think 1 or 2 letters is plenty in addition, because an application is very timely to review.
When should you visit a college or university?
Can fit it into, you know, a weekday during the semester. I'd recommend that because you're going to get a better sense of what the campus is like when you're going to be there as a student.
Do schools look at supplemental materials like DVDs and portfolios?
Yeah, and I mean, we'll look at it. It's actually really fun to see students' artistic side. So whatever's submitted, we'll take a look at.
I think it depends on the school again, in terms of the information and how it's received.
Are students who apply to college for a specific major held to a higher standard than a student who applies to general studies?
Those students are held to a different standard than a student who may apply undeclared. We're looking a little bit more closely at the coursework they're taking in high school, whether they are truly prepared.
You definitely want to ask also the institution, are they reviewing or admitting by major? So for example, at our institution at Maryland, we'll admit a student. If a student's looking for a particular major, we'll admit them to the university first, and then look to see if they can qualify for that particular major, if it's very competitive. So it's a good question to ask, but you definitely want to go down your list.
So there you have it, kids. Grab your mac and cheese, grab your top ramen noodles, and get cooking. It's college admissions time. See you next year.
Whoa. There was lots of good stuff and a very cool hat.
Very cool.
In that video. I bet some students can really take advantage of that information regarding college.
You're right. And I was there that evening, and I thought it was a particularly informative panel. If any of you have missed College Panel Night, don't worry, Mr. Honeycutt filmed the whole thing and will be uploading a copy of the video online soon. Moving right along now. Charlie, what else do we have?
Well, we've got an announcement from the Library Learning Commons. I bet you were waiting on that.
I was.
Here it is.
Hey Staples, just as a reminder, all books are due back to the library by June 3rd. But of course, like every summer, you can check out summer reading materials and have them due back September 13th. So please make sure you turn in your books that are out already and recheck out any books that you'd like to read over the summer. Have a good one.
Okay, so get your books and library stuff back to the LLC so you can avoid delays in getting your report card and such.
The boys volleyball team won the FCAC championship last Friday over a hard-fighting Ridgefield team. We will have some footage of the match on our next show. Congratulations to the boys and girls track teams who both won FCAC titles last week.
Also, congratulations should go to the seniors on the girls softball team on a successful season. Erin Meyer was kind enough to sift through hours of footage of the girls' seniors night softball game against Danbury. Here's what she put together for us.
up your game to make it to the top, so go. Got a little competition, or you're gonna find out how to cope with living on your own. Let's make this happen, go. We're gonna show them all that something good can work and you can work for you and your own little world. Let's get this started, girl. We're moving up and moving up. It's been a lot to change, but you always get what you want. It took a little time to make a little better. It's only going up, just one thing then another. You know. It took a little time to make a little better. It's only going up, just one thing then another. You know. Let's make this happen, girl. We're gonna show them all that something good can work and it can work for you and your own little world. Let's get this started, girl. We're moving up, we're moving up. It's been a lot to change, but you always get what you want. Let's get this started, girl. We're moving up, we're moving up. It's been a lot to change, but you always get what you want.
Thank you, Aaron, for creating that piece for us, and congratulations go out to all our sports teams for an amazing spring season. Well, that about wraps it up for this show. Charlie, I hope you enjoyed coming back to Good Morning Staples.
I had a blast, Chris, and you're doing a great job here,
Thank you.
and I hope everybody has a great rest of the year.
Keep it real, Staples.